Right now, there's a lot that you cannot see and that you don't comprehend. It could be almost more of a confusing time of your life now more than ever. There's always periods and times where things are not clear. We're going through muddy waters, but still we're headed in a direction. For a lot of you, even if you've experienced that before, you could be at a point in time in your life where it almost feels as if you have no answers. It almost feels like you lack a severe amount of clarity that you would like, as if you're blindfolded, as if you don't really know what specific direction the Most High is taking you. This prophetic message is divine confirmation to let you know you're not tripping. The reason that it feels more confusing than ever is because you don't understand the scale. You don't understand the magnitude of what God is doing in your life. A lot of you have not just been through the wilderness, but you have the degree. You got the certificate. You graduated, you've been initiated to higher levels of life. Some of you are really confused, blinded about your circumstances because you don't have any true frame of reference for what is getting ready to take place in your life. That which you seek, that breakthrough, this next level, it's right in your face. There's something that you have at your disposal that if you really focus into that, if you really tap into that, if you really take action according to how you've been guided to take action, some of you don't realize the specific thing that it is, but God has still been leading you. God may tell you to do this, write this down, go outside, go do that. This is when we'll find what it is that we've been praying for. This is what we will find, what it is that we've been seeking, what it is that we've been asking for. A lot of times it takes for you to take steps that may seem unrelated to what it is that you need or what it is that you want. However, those of you who, when you start to really tune into the guidance, because you're being guided right now, you're supposed to feel blind. You're not, you don't have any context for this. Once you move in the direction and you do that next thing that God has been leading you to do, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be something major. I don't want everybody to listen to this and feel like because you don't have a mega idea or a specific plan that this isn't for you. No, it could just be that God has been leading you to call somebody. It could be that God has been leading you to go outside for a walk. It can be many different things, small things. When you start moving on that, when you start going with what you're picking up intuitively, when you start following up on just those little ideas, those little thoughts that are coming to you, you're going to see that there's something that you're getting ready to quickly stumble upon. Some of you are already doing something, God's like, finish it out, push it out. It's going to bring you fruit quickly. But for others of you, you're going to stumble upon something that when you look back in hindsight, you're going to be like, wow, I could have done this 2 years ago. I could have did this 3, 4, 5 years ago. It's been in my face the entire time. Overall, just know that if you've been feeling more confused than ever, if you've been feeling more lost than ever during this time, it's not because of a lack of direction. It's not even because of a lack of clarity within you. A lot of you may not have physical, material confirmation or clarity on certain things at this point. For 100% of everybody that this video is for, you already have felt the shift. You already perceive it. Maybe not with your 5 senses. Maybe you don't physically see the thing. Maybe everything hasn't all the way physically played out. We know there's a process in how things come into manifest form from the spiritual to the earthly. There's a time period. You already perceive these things on a different level. Lean into that which you know. If there are certain things that you've been needing, if there are certain things that you've been praying for, whatever your situation may be, that you know what it is that's been on your heart, been on your mind. The thing is, whatever has been your desire, whatever has been your goal, whatever has been your focus, this is getting ready to unfold before you as soon as you continue to, again, go with the flow. Trust the process. Lean into what you know. If there are certain things that are contradicting what you feel, what you perceive, what the Most High has not only shown you, you received it in your mind, you received it in your heart, you received it in your spirit. How do you know? Because you have peace that surpasses all knowledge and understanding. Maybe there are certain things that you need. Maybe there are certain things that God knows you've been needing to work out. For some of you, it's legalities. This could be many different things. For some of you, it could be physical conditions you've been dealing with. For some of you, it could just be material things that you need, certain needs that need to be met. And maybe there are certain things that haven't been coming to you. Don't pay attention to the things that are not working out. Philippians 4:8, if there's anything good, anything excellent, anything worthy of praise, focus on these things. Everybody listening to this video has plenty of things to focus on. God has done plenty of good in your life. A lot of good things, a lot of blessings. Focus on that. For some of you, there might be certain specific larger things that you need, but maybe God is coming through. Maybe there are certain things that in the meantime, until certain things get handled, God is blessing you in those little ways. Pay attention to everything, because as you let go, many of you are learning how to surrender to the flow, and you have. There are going to be certain things that just starts to unfold for you that you don't see coming. And again, some of you are feeling more blind during this time than ever, because what is getting ready to come into your life, you have not experienced to this magnitude before. These are positive changes. Changes are coming to the earth. We've been talking about this for a while, even on our membership community. Changes are coming to the earth, but then there's also very individual and specific changes coming to the chosen ones who've been on path as well. To the chosen ones who've heeded to the call. That doesn't mean that you're perfect. That doesn't mean that you're without mistake. None of us are that. It's not even about striving to be that. It's about striving for truth. Those who see the Most High, those who worship the Most High, worship in what? In spirit and in truth. That's what that's about. But again, this is your time. You don't see what's coming and you feel blinded because your life is getting ready to do 180. It's a complete change in lifestyle. Okay, we're talking about massive changes. It could be you're used to being a person who's been navigating the world alone. Now you're getting married, and not only that, you're getting married into a large family. You're getting ready to have a family. Some of you, it could be that you dealt with certain financial or impoverished situations throughout your life, certain challenges with lack and scarcity, and you're getting ready to have, just a windfall, a life-changing amount of resources at your disposal. Some of you, it could be that you've had certain physical or debilitating conditions within your body. Some of you might have something where it's like you're good when you're good, and then when it hits, you're not. And you've been going back and forth with that. You're getting ready to have a balance to where you're not dealing with those extreme fluctuations, and you're moving into nice, good, beautiful health so that you can do the things that the Most High has called you to do. Even for everybody that's listening to this is coming into my spirit. Anytime that you need certain things, or you're praying for whatever it is from God, you're meditating on things, you're wanting yourself to allow it in, think about all the good reasons why. Think about if your health was better, if your finances were better, if your relationships were better, if fill in the blank, your living conditions, your community, your country, whatever was better, then what would that allow you to do more of? How would that benefit you? More specifically, how would that benefit you in a way that would allow you to be a benefit to others, that it will allow you to be able to do more of what you were sent here to do? This is how you want to think, because I'm telling you, for those of you who this is for, hold the space. When I say we're talking miracle signs and wonders shall follow those who truly believe, those who were chosen, those who were sealed, this is that. We live in a generation where, as the chosen ones continue to stay focused and consecrate themselves and devote themselves to the path, to the divine path, to not forsake their birthright, to remembering and knowing who they are, there's going to be many miracle signs and wonders following the chosen ones. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. And as they said, the meek shall inherit the earth. What times do you think that we're living in? But for the many blessings that are going to flow through us, they only flow through us through our source, through our God. Be open to that. Expect that. Make sure that you're spending time in Thanksgiving, holding that space, because I promise you, if this is your message, God is getting ready to cut up. That's what I just heard in my mind. Like, really cut up in a great way in your life. Show out. You're going to be singing praises to God from here to the ends of the earth for this one. Life-changing. Be grateful for the sustenance. Be grateful for the sustaining. Be grateful for the manna until it's time to really inherit. And many of you, you're right there. You have no idea what's coming and how massive it is. 0 to hero, 0 to 100 real quick, however you want to say that, and split it up. If you would like personal confirmation on this particular prophetic message, y'all can feel free to reach out to me on prettybossTV.com for my personal services. Also, I have a major announcement, and before I get into that, I know I have been gone. Y'all know I like to get the messages out first, and we can do a little chit chat for my real ones who are still here at the end of the video. So I was out of the country. Okay, so that's why I haven't been online. I didn't have my work computer. Any emails or anything that has been sent out, I've been catching up on those as I've gotten back. So thank you all for being patient with me. All of our groups, Power Week, all that, y'all know we lit and we turned up. Y'all just be a little bit patient. Maybe I was out of the country for my daughter's birthday. We was out for quite some time. And then upon returning to the United States, tristemente, Another conversation for another day. I ended up getting a little sick, because the change in temperature, it's not as I was in Panama. It's just a little bit different, and I had it too cold in my house. I had to get adjusted back to having an AC like that. So I think I caught a cold. So that's why we got back, and then I had to take like a few days. I'm still recovering. As y'all can see how I'm talking, I can't project my voice too much. I'm wanting to allow myself to recover. I do have an announcement that I want to make. This is something I've been working on for a long time, family, okay? For months. And I do have an official website that I'm going to release that I cannot wait to share with all of you. It may be up by the time I share this video, I'm not sure. We have another event coming up. Takeover 2025, y'all already know what time it's been. Y'all already know what time we've been on. For everybody who's been part of the master classes, MMM Boot Camp, Power Week, y'all know what time it is. For those of y'all who are consistent, those of you who put in the work, those of you that I've been still working through the one-on-ones business, 2025 takeover has been real. Okay, we in the mix, family. This is what we have, about 5 more months left in the year, so we're in it with a bang. We have a different event coming up. This event is going to be from September 1st through the 8th. This is the Esther Awakening, the Esther experience. One of the things that we've been talking about for a while, even for many of you who've been part of Pretty Boss TV community, one thing that you know that I am big on, any of you that's ever had a one-on-one or personal with me, those of you who get those real messages, the more in-depth messages on the community, the Patreon membership, one thing that I've emphasized for many of our people, many chosen ones, we've been through a lot. There's a lot of things that I've been through, things that I'll never even talk about specifically because there's no reason to, unless God tells me to. But so much of what I'm able to do, and I'm able to share, and I'm able to help, and I'm able to touch other souls, other spirits, other hearts, is because I've been in a lot of those circumstances at one point or another in my life. People will be surprised. Sometimes you always look like what you've been through. Everything that God has guided me, everything that God has given me, everything that God has led me to learn, to incorporate the tools, are things that I've used to allow a level of healing within myself, to be able to be free, because that's really what healing feels like. It's freedom. There's so many things that we're bound to. You could be bound to pain, bound to things that you've been through, especially if you're a person who you've been victimized over and over in your life, and those patterns just seem to continue to repeat themselves. There's so much that will get buried underneath, and so people will live their life with anger, resentment, regret, rage, envy, all of these different things. One of the things that I've had all of those emotions too, and so many I've lived with, healing is real. The Most High is real, and everything that everything that I've created, even when it comes to 30 days to success and 30 days to success in love and self-love, it has to do with transformation. It has to do with healing. It has to do with not just pushing things down, but integration. Everything that we've experienced, everything that we've been through, none of it has been in vain. Romans 8:28 is real. All things work together for good for those who love the Most High and have been called according to the purpose of the divine. All things work together for good for the chosen ones. The Esther Awakening, this is an experience. This is a preparation. This is a consecration. 7-day. This is very spiritual. Even when we talk about business and things that we do with Takeover 2025, for each of the events, there's been at least been a week or a day or a period of time that's been consecrated to alignment. When we're talking about being successful as chosen ones on earth, it's not just about doing things the way that the mundane people do it. It's not just about doing things the way the worldly people do it. Yes, we need to know certain things. 1 + 1 is 2. There are certain systems and certain ways that things work, period. However, we're not just carnal. We are spiritual, having these temporary experiences to come down here and do the purpose that we were sent here to do, which is to raise the vibration of the planet, to spread love, to awaken, to be a light to others, to remember who they are and have always been as well. We have the Esther experience coming up. This is from September 1st through the 8th. For those of you who are ready to really step into your divine era, for those of you who are ready to step into your birthright, for those of you that are ready to step into your inheritance, everything that you've been prepared for, everything that is ready for you, and allow yourself to release certain things and get rid of all of those blockages so that you can really step into fully what the Most High has been preparing you for. That's what the Esther Awakening is about. 7 days we're going to have. So for each of those 7 days, we're going to be doing daily activities together. So for anybody who's ever been part of my events, I always make out Telegram groups, certain side groups just for us, for people who are participating. And during this time, we're also going to have 3 live streams. Okay. So we're going to be doing something every day, each of the 7 days. We're going to have a live stream on the first Monday, on the 1st of September. Then we're also going to have another live stream on Thursday. And then we're going to also have another one on Sunday to close it out. I told y'all I had a major announcement. I've been even hinting to this on Pretty Boss TV YouTube for a couple months now, where I'm like, I'm working on something. I've been working on some products that the Most High has blessed my hands to make for us, to elevate us, to prosper us. Certain things that God has given me to consecrate for us. Even as we're talking about the Esther Awakening, I also have an Esther kit that you can purchase. And for everybody who gets the Esther kit on this first go out of the Esther kit, you're also going to get instant access to the event. Or you can just only get access to the event and you'll still be able to do everything together. What you'll see with the consecration kits that I have, which the first one, there's a few that the Most High has been having me work on behind the scenes. But for the first one that even the guy had started me with was the Esther kit. It's an anointing kit. And even if you don't go or do the event, let's say you just want to do the event separately, or let's say in the future you may be seeing this and we're not doing the event, but you can get the kit. It's going to walk you how to consecrate yourself over a 7-day period. For those who are chosen, you already know what Esther represents. One who was called and chosen for an appointed time. This is our time. This is your time as the chosen ones. And for those of you who this speaks to, this is what we have coming up. The opportunity for all of us to move through this era and this season together. Around August is almost like that's a whole new year in itself. Just when the school year starts, college, all type of things are going on. You know, we're coming off the summertime. So this is a time to really reconsecrate ourselves. Now we have the knowledge. We know these things, but let's consecrate ourselves so that we can be a pure vessel for that divine alignment. It's not just about the knowledge, but it's about being in a space mentally, spiritually, and emotionally to be able to receive the ideas in the first place that's going to lead us on those prosperous paths that God has prepared for us. So the Esther Awakenings is September 1st through the 8th. Everything that we're going to be doing on Pretty Boss TV YouTube, especially this month, one of the things I've been telling y'all about is I want to do the Bible studies series, the Bible studies masterclass. So this month, especially even as we go into October and we get into that part of the year, we need to be spiritually armored. We need to be spiritually protected, spiritually ready, and consecrated. There are many blessings before us, and it's a time for us to come in alignment with them. All right. So all the information about that you can find on prettybosstv.com. If this is something that you're interested in, definitely go to the website. You'll be able to find much more information about it. And also feel free to comment below. I love you all so much. I'll talk to y'all soon, y'all willing. Peace.